Vince Russo remains one of the most controversial figures in wrestling history. WWE, WCW, TNA, and few other smaller promotions have worked with Russo as a creative mind, and his greatest success came in WWE as the top creative writer during the early years of the Attitude Era, launching it to immense success. Unfortunately, his time in WCW was a huge failure that hurt his reputation for decades, and quite a few personalities like Goldberg, Bret Hart, Rikishi, and Jim Cornette expressed their dislike towards him.
I will live to piss on his grave. Even if I'm in a walker, I'll find Vince Russo's grave and I will piss on it, and there will be a picture of that hanging on my wall when I pass away. And hate is a hell of a motivator.
However, there's a shorter list of names that have confirmed that they actually really enjoyed working with Russo. The wrestler that benefited more from Vince Russo's booking was none other than Jeff Jarrett. Double J's friendship with Russo resulted in his Intercontinental Championship push and a main event run in WCW. Jarrett repaid Russo by hiring him multiple times in TNA despite negative feedback from many peers. Russo saw something special in Jarrett and fell in love with him, helping Jarrett feel like a bigger star in WWE. Eventually, Jarrett left to join WCW due to Russo leaving and promising him a big push, and later on Jarrett became the WCW champion, even though people like Mike Graham believed that Double J didn't deserve it.
He broke 6,000 guitars, never drew a dime, but he thought he was the man. And he really thought in his little Tennessee brain that he was bigger and better and would draw more money than Hulk Hogan.
Vince Russo, having multiple stints in TNA, allowed him to work with AJ Styles at different points in his career. Many of Styles' peers like Christopher Daniels, Jay Lethal, and the Motor City Machines all felt that Russo didn't want to make them look good. Styles didn't have the same belief since he enjoyed working with Russo's creative mind. An interview during AJ's time with TNA revealed that he did butt heads with Russo over some ideas, but he overall loved working with him. Dixie Carter was the name who Styles passed the blame for TNA's decline. The Attitude Era wasn't a time where every wrestler could easily find success due to the character work being the most important. Mick Foley became a bigger star by tapping into different sides of his personality to play 3 different gimmicks, along with his own identity becoming part of the show. In the documentary Beyond the Mat, filmed in 1999, caught footage of Vince Russo producing a segment of Foley becoming Dude Love. Foley has since praised Russo in several interviews for their work together. Vince Russo found a friend in Disco Inferno when he moved to WCW and started working with the new talents. Quite a few wrestlers were hesitant to trust Russo or his ideas, but Disco clearly loved the more outlandish aspect of storytelling. Inferno joined the WCW writing team and pitched ideas that leaked to become infamous stories. Concepts like an invisible wrestler or Lance Storm being revealed as an alien didn't make it to television, but they showed just how much Russo empowered Disco backstage. The end of WCW saw the company completely falling apart with no chance at turning it around. Vince Russo was brought in to steer the ship after Eric Bischoff lost support, and Russo, trying to get the full potential out of younger talents, won Tony Schiavone's respect. Tony enjoyed working with Russo and felt that he came into the company with pure intentions. The current AEW commentator flat out said that he hates that Russo gets crapped on and that he witnessed Russo working extremely hard in WCW. Vince Russo had a major role in TNA during Kurt Angle's start and for a large percentage of his tenure. Angle connected with Russo to strike a close relationship as the top wrestler and lead creative writer of the brand. Russo was called an unsung hero by Angle, who praised him always for adding positive things to his segments. There were rumors at one point that Angle and Russo were trying to get more control of TNA. However, Angle vowed that all those were just baseless rumors. Kevin Nash is among the rare wrestlers to have a good time working with Vince Russo in both TNA and WCW. There are many valid reasons as per why a lot of wrestlers lost faith in Russo, but Nash always enjoyed Russo's creative thought process, leaning towards the entertainment side. Nash hosted Russo on his Click This podcast to discuss various topics about their past working together and the current state of the industry. Many of Russo's controversial ideologies are shared by Nash, who feels Russo gets a lot of undeserved hate and is actually misunderstood. WWE witnessed The Rock becoming a megastar in the late 1990s during Vince Russo's time when he was leading the creative department of the company. Russo loved booking someone who had a charisma and personality of The Rock, which in turn helped The Rock move up the card as a great talent. Rock has praised Russo on social media a few years ago and expressed his support over many people, insulting Russo's impact on the industry. No bigger name has ever complimented Russo publicly as The Rock did, endorsing his work during the Attitude Era. Booker T has talked in depth about what it's like to finally win the WCW Championship in 2000 after years of work up and down the card. Eric Bischoff pushed Booker harder in a singles mid-card role, but he was nowhere near the main event level until Vince Russo arrived. The infamous Bash at the Beach 2000 started with drama involving Hulk Hogan walking out, and that was the last time he was seen in WCW. However, Booker's big moment ending the night as world champion made him a bigger star. Booker T has praised Russo many times and always expresses his appreciation over getting that break. If you like to see more wrestling content like this, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Do let me know in the comments down below if there are any other wrestlers that love working with Vince Russo.